Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are going to get to the bottom of confidence today and find out what this is all about, because you know what? It's good to be confident, but people don't really know what confidence even is to begin with, and especially how this can help you in the relationship dating department and in life in general, honestly, with so many different aspects of your life. So we're going to start here today by saying hello to our beautiful guest. He's awesome. He's the man in charge, and he's helping other men out there. Armin, thank you for being here as our man's coach and helping so many people. Thank you. How's everything?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Jill?
Fantastic. Excited to have you back here and grateful. You know, we've talked a few times now. I've gotten to know you. I've got to meet some of your clients already, and there's a lot happening. So, as the owner of the Social Matrix, that's the name of the company, I know you have a lot of insight on confidence. We're going to get into that today. But before we do, please tell us just a little overview about what you and the Social Matrix can help you, men out there, achieve.
Of course, Jill. My name is Armin, and I'm a men's life coach. And I help men to feel empowered and improve your confidence. And I help to build the kind of relationship you want without sacrificing who you are. And I help with online dating and text messaging, all the way from hello, right to the date. Mm-hmm. And you will also learn how to approach women in person and build meaningful connections with them. And all of my teaching is very practical and holistic, and is for men ages 21 and older, and from all walks of life. As long as you believe in yourself, you believe in me, you will be the right candidate.
But a lot of us don't know where to go, and you've shared your own insight with us. You've had the same problems that you're helping clients with in the past, with a lot of us, don't have. Maybe it's that full confidence, right? And we're going to be talking about that today, what it means to be confident, but we're going to get to the root of what that is, and excited to talk about that today. I mean, you there?
Yes, so we're talking about, yes. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was a question.
No, I don't know if we're frozen or not. Sometimes it happens. I know with the delay. I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally okay. So, yes, we're talking about confidence in here. We're talking about what does a healthy level of confidence even look like, and what is it not? So before we get into it, I just want to make the premises that the confidence I'm talking about here is the raw core confidence that it doesn't matter what the situation is, as long as you have this level of entitlement, and I'll get to it, what that looks like in a moment, you're able to tap into it almost as if like this is like a default. And that's what makes the difference between someone who's confident and someone who is situationally confident, where just it depends on what it is. That's when they're able to feel more courageous. Okay, so let's look at what is not confidence. So what is not confidence is, and there's a lot of ways to identify which one you fall under, but this is a man who is overly entitled, and they feel like they have to be domineering or assertive in order for people to find them of value, to find them to be confident. And a lot of times, someone who has an unhealthy level of confidence, what they'll do is they will never take responsibility. It's always someone else's fault. So, and this, honestly, Jill, this used to be me in the past, where I used to blame everybody other than myself. Mm-hmm. It was like, the world just sucks. I am an angel, and why is not the world? Why isn't it abiding to what I want to do? And the problem was that I had this level of entitlement where people just naturally owed me things. Yeah. And when you have this mentality, it is really, really toxic, because you always end up mentally exhausting yourself because you're consistently stressing yourself out because other people are not giving you the attention and the love that you want, because you have assumed a lot of entitlement that they should give you these things without you even doing anything to earn their level of respect. Now, another way to be in this department of being unhealthy is that your mentality and your speech. It's normally like when something doesn't work out, it's the reason is because like the guy would say that he sucks or he's too ugly or there's something just genetically wrong with him that is incapable of getting the respect that he honestly deserves just from other people.
Yeah.
So a lot of negative internal talk, a lot of victimhood mentality. And a lot of times I'll see this and in the beginning when I'm working with clients, I'll see this where they'll see like a beautiful woman to go and talk to. But what will happen is in their head, they're thinking about, oh, she's not going to like me. I'm just not good enough. She's way past my league. I will never be able to go talk to her. Yeah. And with this mentality, you just feel stuck. You feel like you can't do anything. And it's a really, really, honestly, really crappy feeling to experience, because when you are not on your own team, it makes it so much harder to get things done, to give yourself motivation, or to be more determined to do something just because you're against yourself. So what do we do, Jill? What does not even what we do, but what does a healthy level of confidence look like if this is the negative?
Oh.
So the way you can measure your healthy level of confidence is the way you handle adversity. So when, let's say something in life is not working out, you just lost your job, or you just got rejected from the girl that was your type. Now, when you feel these things, the internal conversation with yourself, if you're able to tell yourself that, you know what, I know this is crappy, but I'm going to do better. I know that this didn't work this time, but I will do better. If the internal conversation within yourself it always goes back to love again, and you're respecting yourself and you're telling yourself that it's okay, I know I can do better. I know that I will survive. If you have that internal mindset, that's the winner's mentality.
Yeah.
You can't lose. There's no way. Okay, there's no way to lose. With this mentality, what happens is when you see someone that you find to be attractive and you want to go talk to them, instead of telling yourself that I'm not good enough for them, they're going to find me ugly, they're out of my league, instead of thinking any of that, instead your mentality is, I wonder if she's a good fit for my life. I wonder if we're going to get along. I wonder, it's all about the experience. Thinking about the experience and just immersing yourself in it as if it's already taking place. So assuming that people are going to like you just because you're you.
Yeah.
That's a healthy level of entitlement.
Yeah.
And with this, so it's not just the self-compassion of telling yourself that you're going to do better, and you do deserve love, you do deserve this woman's attention. But what also happens is when things don't go well and you get rejected or something happens, you're still able to get back up again and push forward. Yeah. Now, something really simple, Jill, I just want to mention this out there because this right here will help a lot of men, and not just women. I mean, not just men, but women as well.
Everyone, yeah, men and women.
Everyone, to see like where they stand. And it's as simple as doing this exercise. Go in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and tell yourself, I am beautiful. A lot of men have difficulty with this. But if you're able to make a strong eye contact with yourself in a mirror and give yourself a positive affirmation without giggling, without shying away, without breaking eye contact, that, my friend, is the starting point of building a healthy level of confidence. But if you shy away from it, that's something to work on.
Interesting. I'm loving this newfound self-confidence. And you have to also, you got to look in that mirror and say, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing. And it's hard sometimes. It makes you feel awkward, but all right. We got to boost our self-confidence here. And thanks to you, Armin, we are doing that social matrix. And as a men's life coach, this is great conversation. You're building up men, mostly, right? Their confidence step by step. What's the one thing that most men do wrong that are not confident?
It's as simple. I say it's simple, but it's probably it's like a rabbit hole. There's a lot more into it, but it's as simple as having a defeating mindset, telling themselves that, oh, this was my fault, or of course this happened. This always happens to me. It's always every time something happens, the first thing out of their mouth or the first thing they think about is, this is my fault. Okay, and if they're able to just switch that, and it does really take like a second, if you're able to just switch that and tell yourself, you know what, this isn't my fault. I did my best. This is all I could do. This is all the information I had right now to do this, right? You can't work on what you don't know. It doesn't make sense. So telling yourself that I will do better, that's what's going to get them back up again. But instead, what happens is, and I'm going to just pick on men here, where when they are having this self-defeating mindset, what they'll do is that they'll go into different forums with other toxic people, and they'll look for self-fulfilling prophecy. They'll look for other men to validate their victimhood mentality. So basically, it's like the saying where if you hang around trash, it's like, or something about if you hang around trash for too long, you're going to start smelling like it, or something like that. And it's really similar. So if you find yourself finding other men who are struggling with the same thing, but they're also having the same victimhood mentality, you're just now going to validate all the wrong things that are happening in your life.
Wow. Yeah. We also are what we attract, and we're going to point that out too, right? If you're confident, you'll attract confidence. If you're not, you might attract that not as confident person as well. But people, I think sometimes also when it comes to confidence, a lot of us, even if we are confident, we're really not. We put it like on an act, but because I think everyone's overall insecure. And then if you're too confident, then it comes across like cocky or arrogant, right? I'm just on a rampage. I'm thinking here. I mean, yes.
No, but Jill, you have a really good point. And to go back to your point that everyone is confident. However, what happens is, so what makes someone a healthy level of confidence is they have the courage to step into the pain instead of avoiding it. So what I mentioned earlier is that a healthy level of confidence, you could identify this easily, is how well do you handle adversity? When something, I'm going to pick one of my recent clients. I'm just going to call him Bob for confidentiality.
Okay.
So Bob had it was like an argument with his girlfriend, and the argument, we won't get into it, but it was a miscommunication that was happening. Now, a lot of men, when anything happens that there's a confrontation with their girlfriend or the girl they're seeing, a lot of times they'll ignore it. They'll imagine it didn't happen, or they'll just do everything they can to not have the conversation.
Yeah.
And then what happens? It makes it worse.
It does.
It makes it a lot worse. And so what the conversation I had with my client was for Bob to address the elephant in the room, and obviously we worked on how to address that properly, but also to stay in it, to stay in that tension and work through it with his girlfriend instead of escaping it because that's like the easiest thing to do. But when you stay in there underneath the pain, underneath the tension, what happens is you might be freaking out inside, okay? Like you might be like, just everything is not working out, but you having the courage to even just standing there firmly and addressing whatever needs to be addressed, that is a healthy level of confidence. Because you're still, it's like, think of it like your shield and sword. When you stand there and fight, you have a shield and sword. When you avoid it, you are unarmed. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to stay underneath the pain and work through it. And then eventually it will become easier and you won't feel it anymore. You will overcome it.
Got it. Oh, wow. This is great conversation because let me ask you, the gentleman who we spoke to 2 weeks ago, I forget your client's name, but we spoke with, tell me what his confidence level was when he met you.
So yes, his name was Jordy.
Yeah, he spoke about that. Mm-hmm.
So Jordy, okay, he's an excellent example. So Jordy is really, really, really confident. Mm-hmm. He is, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but he's a Krav Maga instructor. Honestly, Jill, this guy's badass. I'm a little scared of him, okay? But this guy is like, he's a tank. Like this, I love the fact that we're friends and he's my client. He's a great person to have on my team. But yeah, so Jordy, his confidence is like, I would say like level 15 from 10. He's like really, really confident. However, and not just Jordy, but a lot of men who are really confident in their daily life, not just Jordy, but a lot of just people in this in this place, is that because they're so confident, when something doesn't work out, because in their mentality, they're like, I deserve the best. So when something doesn't work out, it's really easy for them to become really impulsive and almost just like blow up.
Explode.
Yes, because their confidence is like level like 15. But so for an individual that they are really, really confident, and I wouldn't so much say they could be arrogant but whatever the case is, and this is the work that we did together, was exercising two things. Mm-hmm. One is having more patience. So when something does not work out, instead of acting, what we worked on together is adding a 30-minute buffer. When something happens, 30 minutes buffer, don't act. Don't act, don't do anything, just literally sit in the silence and just wait. After 30 minutes, I promise you, the impulsive attitude will go out the window. The rational mind will start to kick in. It's actually the parent side of our brain. And then what starts happening is you'll start to troubleshoot what's going on, and then you don't lash out.
Yeah.
So patience is number one. The second thing is being curious. So someone who is like Jordy, who is a Krav Maga instructor, this guy's really badass. This guy, he could probably take on like 10 guys by himself. Yeah, this guy is amazing. So for an individual like Jordy, the next thing he had to work on was being curious in why is he getting so pissed off. Okay, and a lot of times individuals who are really, really confident in themselves, they have their biggest blind spot is ignoring the elephant in the room, because in their mentality is that I should already be here. Like this should not even be a problem. Why is it a problem? So what they do is that they tell themselves, it's like a false expectation. They tell themselves that I should be X, Y, and Z. So when they don't feel that way, they whenever they feel like something's not working out, they feel it's a feeling of weakness, because they're like, well, I'm strong. Why am I feeling this way? And then when they feel weakness, what ends up happening is they explode. They do something just super really bizarre, like really out there. And instead of doing all that, if they stop for a moment and become more curious about why am I feeling this way? When they're able to tap into their vulnerability, and this is what Jordy and I worked a lot on this, when he's able to tap into his vulnerability, that's when he uncovers why he's feeling this way. And then the best part about figuring out the why is you can actually go like dig really deep into the circumstance or the situation. And then it's almost like reverse engineering, and you're working on fixing or resolving those different problems that you had that were so dormant inside of yourself that the only way they were able to come out was to be in a situation like with that level of adversary. So being more curious about himself, about where he's coming from. So his confidence now is from 15, it's probably like 22 now, it's a lot higher. But he has a really special weapon, which is the magic word. It's vulnerability. A man who's able to be, so Jordan was really powerful, and the work together made him warm. So powerful and warm is the best place any man wants to be in order to have a healthy level of entitlement and confidence.
What does it go up to? If he's at 22, what does the level go up to?
The level could be, it could keep on going. It could go to 99. No, I was exaggerating. No, he's like probably a level like 9 now.
All right, good. What else did you want to share?
What I want to share is, so a lot of people don't really talk. They talk about confidence, but on the surface level, and I addressed this already a little bit on when something doesn't work out, in how you can address it, when having a better internal dialogue with yourself. So those are honestly the basics, okay? And I'm about to go a little bit deeper into this without opening a black hole here. But it's not, everything I said is factual, is correct. However, another way to look at your confidence is doing something every single day, regardless whether you like it or don't. So when, obviously when we're adults, we have to go to work, okay? Or for me, my coaching is my work. So, but regardless, we have to do the job. Even though this is my own company, this is fantastic. But sometimes I feel the same feeling I will have if I had like a 9 to 5, where you're like, I got to work again. However, my commitment to myself and my core confidence is every single day I get up and I push the needle forward. I do something, I make something productive in my life, and I do it. Because what ends up happening is the root of all evil is laziness. So if every day you are backing away from the things you want to do and you're procrastinating, what that will hurt your core confidence.
Okay.
Because something with confidence is a mentality of being a go-getter. You want something, go and get it. You see a girl you like, go and get her. You see that you have troubles in your dating life, message me for coaching, okay? Get something, be a go-getter. An individual who doesn't do this, what ends up happening is their confidence becomes situational.
Yeah.
When life is not working out, they will push things aside. They won't work on it. And then instead they'll go into their comfort of just watching YouTube all day long, watching whatever. I've
disastrous, right? Yeah.
Yes, I had flashbacks when I mentioned that. But and laziness, what ends up happening is you start feeling just really like you feel weird. You feel like life is not fulfilled. You feel like there's a void. There's like something going on. And the reason, if anyone out there is feeling like they're lost or things are just not clicking or there's more meaning to life, the reason you're feeling that's because you're avoiding working on the stuff that you need to work on. And this doesn't necessarily mean like getting a degree or getting a better job. I mean, it could mean that, but what this means is addressing the underlying things that you're ignoring. So a lot of I'll get some prospects or some individuals who they'll be like, Armin, I really need to learn how to flirt better with women. I really want a girlfriend. Valentine's is tomorrow. Armin,
oh my goodness, it is. That's right. Yeah. Valentine's, you got to find a date by tomorrow.
Yeah, this literally happened. I signed up 2-3 guys from Valentine's Day because they're like, Armin, Valentine's is coming. I need a date. What's going on? But the thing is this, that's a situational confidence, because the mentality is that if I work on this now, then I'll have a date on Valentine's Day. But that's the wrong mentality. Instead, it should be, if I work on this, I will have a girlfriend. That should be the mentality, not just this one incident right here. Mm-hmm. So with individuals like that who are like, oh my God, I need to sign up right now because Valentine's Day is coming. That individual, they're not committed to anything in life.
Yeah.
They're just doing it just because.
Just because.
Just because.
We need long-term committers out there who want to really make the change. All right.
Yes. So commit to something. And if you're committing, like I like to daily journal every day right here.
Beautiful.
Almost day 1,000.
Wow.
Or like working out or even doing dancing. But they need to be committed to something. One thing. It doesn't matter what it is. Every single day you do that, day in and day out, regardless of how you feel.
And it's not just committed to work. If someone's committed to work, does that count?
Honestly, that counts too, yes, because you could get lazy. You could start calling out.
True.
You could start, your work ethic might decrease for different reasons. Mm-hmm. But it applies to everything in life. But the moment you are more productive in your life, you will know, I promise you will feel it. There will be a sense of not just urgency, but there will be a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And yes, no, I don't want to go overboard here. But yes, so pretty much have something, be committed, work on it every single day. That will work on your core confidence. And laziness, you want to make sure you don't fall trap into that.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Armin. How can we reach out to you? Would you mind sharing?
Sure. Yes, you can go to my website, www.socialmatrix.network. Scroll down to the bottom. There's a lovely calendar. You could book yourself a free 30-minute consultation call. We'll figure out what's going on with your goals. And then if you're a good fit for the program, we can talk about pricing and all of that. Another way to reach out to me is by going to my Instagram, Armin Social Matrix at Instagram. It's just one word. And yeah, that will be the best way to contact me.
All right. Thank you so much. And happy Valentine's Day to you, to your clients, wishing them the best of luck, and everyone working on their confidence. Not just for tomorrow, but for a lifetime to make things work. Thank you again, Armin. We appreciate you and the Social Matrix for joining us. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.